Mm-mm. Mm. It's fair to say I know how to start a stream. That was pretty disgusting. Okay. Oh, it feels better though, I have to say. Rightio. Welcome once again to the stream. I haven't got my desk prepped at all, but it's fine. So, last night I played a game against a friend. Yes, I do have them, apparently. And I came up with a few different bugs. So, Haven Soldier didn't have the right text. Empowered Soul didn't add the text to the when it gave the cluster effect. I'm pretty sure I fixed this one. I want to do some more testing for this one and this one, and I'm not sure what's quite happening with this one. So yeah, there's a couple of different little things to do today. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to check this one's okay, and then do this one. I think at the same time, just check them. So yeah, I don't think I've actually played on this exact version of the game yet. So that is a little bit strange for me. Okay, good. We've not broken anything with the new hands. Because I've moved them over a bit, as well as... yeah, there we go. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12 cards in hand. And it no longer... because this card was sort of flittering about a bit. But now it is staying there, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Now, the other thing that I wanted to try here then... I just realised I actually have to do a small change to get it to work. So, server socket handler, we want to give ourselves some souls. So, there we go. So, let's just quickly restart everything here. Okay, so the weird thing was, these stayed with a green background. Yeah, they still do. So once we hit end actions phase, these should lose their background colour. So I need to do a find of it, something along the lines of that. Okay, so... show dual screen, that's fine. This one here, reload hand. So I think it's also something to do with this playable sometimes actually being a thing where it shouldn't be. And then here's the last one, request blockers. Oh, okay. Oh no, this is board cards. Interesting. Oh yeah, that's something a little bit different actually. So where else would this be? Block number, that's fine. What's this? Board container, that's fine. Oh, board container. What about here then? Show board. Yeah, this would be fairly similar. So again, this would imply that self-playable actions has something to offer us here. So what I want to do is check that when we end the actions phase, what is that? So when we end actions phase, we just submit actions. So find submit actions over here maybe. Use the board. Da, 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 da. So after do use a spell. No, that's not what we want. So after action phase action, if neither of them have set something to do, oh, then we don't actually run through action phase action, do we? Submit actions. I think this happens quite a few times by those things. So I need to... Well, let's find check playable instances then. So, check playable is, this is the call to it. And then here, right, so find check playable. 23 matches in here, okay. So this is on do use a spell, so we don't need those two. Or those two, they're fine. What's this one? Oh, do op action. Yep. So target selected, that's fine. Start turn is fine. Set card for op, that's fine. Action phase action there. If op.ready is true, all this action phase complete. Okay, so let's try and find... Oh. Check user actions. Oh, that's here. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Because here, look, we pass in the playable to be false, and yet we're getting results for it. Which is weird. What about this one? Yeah, we just submit this with a false here. So find select stances. Yep. That's a little bit strange to me. Why is that the case? So at some point we are passing through to this then. This is annoying. Find end stance selection. I'm hungry but it's too late to make anything good to eat. The age-old debate. It's not really a debate, is it? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Welcome though, Jimmy. So we emit select stances here. We select false, 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 false. So how are we ever getting anything that's playable? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What's on the agenda today? I'm doing a couple of bug fixes which I found from some testing last night. And then we're going to be looking into the collection. So, yeah, a couple of pretty interesting things to do today. The collection's actually going to make testing a bit easier and a bit more fun as well, because we'll actually be able to play with proper decks. So, yeah. I reckon that's probably going to take me a couple of days, though. I reckon I won't get that finished today, but I hope I would get that finished tomorrow, maybe. Because I've got it kind of there, but just not working with a recent system, so to speak. Right. What? Perhaps we're not actually getting called to this then. So let's do here a console.log of self-playable actions. And see whether or not this actually gets called. It doesn't, which is interesting. That's really weird. Oh, is it because we don't remove it? Show board. Yeah, I reckon that's it. Maybe. Maybe. So whenever we show the board, though, we do take in the self-playable actions. I wonder if I'm just doing that wrong here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Interesting. I reckon we need to actually get rid of any green. So what I'm gonna do is when we make this call to show board, I'm going to say for let I equals 0, I is less than, what is it? It's not self-playable actions I want to go through. Wait. So this just needs to be self.length, I believe. I++. What we're going to do is say that self. I don't know how I'm doing this though. So oh, this is their board. I want this to be their hand. Oh, because I'm an idiot. Okay. It's just clicked to me. What we need to do here is we need to reload the hand. I think we literally have a function called reload hand. Yes. Maybe not. Load hand. So if I just literally make a call here to load hand, it should work. So load hand. So find function load hand. Hand can select. Is that the one I want? Yeah. I just need to find some calls to it elsewhere. Hand true. Hand false. Where does it actually use this variable? Render cards, hand. So what does render cards do? Okay, so it just needs to use this hand. We don't have that. Oh yeah, we do. So we just need to load hand for user sorc dot hand. And what's the other parameter? Can select. Render cards. Show me can select. Toggle selected. So if I just put false, and we can test it. Let's do that down here, I guess. Yeah, I think so. No, I think it needs to go there actually. Okay. So they show up green. Oh. Console. Cannot read property. Length of undefined is game 254204. I reckon it's this that's the issue. Client socket handler 159. It is! Hey! User sorc.hand. Why can't I use that? What is user sorc then? Load sorcerers, user sorc. What if I just said here, I still need to get an access to the hand though. Okay, so find select stances. We just want to find the emissions. There's a few here. Okay. So all we need to do is to the end of this append. Oh, hang on. Is that one missing can play rune? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is. So, actions phase complete. We need to add false to the end of this. And to the end of that, we need to add user dot. Is it user dot hand or user dot sorcerer dot hand? Server. It's user dot hand. Okay. over here, user.hand, and over here, op.hand. And then we just need to find this again, go to the emissions, and here, where's this for user can play rune? Actions phase complete. Yeah, that shouldn't be there. This should just say false, I'm pretty sure. And then here we just need to put user.hand and here op.hand. Then over here, nope, here, we need to do user hand. Then we need to reload hands of this user. Okay, I think that should work. Ah. Alrighty. Oops, something broke. Reload hand is not the... Oh, it's load hand. There we go. Good, and now I can't use my rune there. Okay, and we can still use the rune there. Sweet. So, yeah, so that's now fixed. Where do I need to go here? Here, close to right. Oh, done this one. So let's... I can't QT. I can't quite. Done this. Yeah, so what we can have is the... Yeah, we can have things blocking multiple times. So I need to go to game.js around about line 530. So here, add as blocker. If its effect type is num, then we return. Actually, what we should do here is dot includes num, then we return. So dot includes num, or it includes blocker. So this might actually have caused a issue with Ismagel, because do we have blocker or defensive for Ismagel? Find Ismagel. Oh wait, no, this should be card.js. Blocker. Is that what we had over here? Yeah, okay. So, what we need to do... So if to block is equal to 0, then we return. Else here for the defenders.length, if... Where do we set defenders? We don't. That's interesting. Int index equals I. What's this used for? Short words. Yeah, this defenders and attackers we're never actually creating. Okay. So we're pushing this to defenders, but then I think the issue here is the fact that this defenders thing is never set. Yeah, that's really weird. So find defenders. Oh, here we go. In stance select, we have defenders is an empty array. That's it. That's our only reference to it. Oh, it's a... yeah, I remember where this is now, actually. Never mind. So actually, this is working. For each of these, if this defender is equal to int, where int is the add as blocker, right? This here I'm pretty sure is broken. So if the opposition is num or is a blocker, oh okay, no, that does make sense. And to block equals to block, so we don't do anything here. So what I want to do... You know when you have those really slow afternoons where your brain just isn't functioning? Kind of getting that today. If that wasn't apparent already. if it probably was, I'm not going to lie. So this here is basically, we're saying that this is untrue. Okay. So add as blocker and then add as to block. Yeah, so we're sticking this into here. Okay. So we're basically checking whether or not it's already blocking here. Okay. So therefore int index here then. Then what we need to do, before I fall off my chair, let's do that. Card int container. Oh, I think this should be that. No? No, it's not. Okay. So what I need to do Oh, I didn't do the... You had one job. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make them both have one. Yeah. I was meant to press that. Okay. Yeah, something's getting really screwy there. So we can like set up blocks multiple times here. Yeah, like this block number is coming up a few times. So find, oh no, it's here. So this int index is saying null. Where it shouldn't be. But I think I know why that is. We've added that as to block. Now where is add as attacker? Here. Now what we need to do, so we're checking if it's a defender. This equals I plus 1. Okay. I guess that's used down here. No? Where? Blocker number, wasn't it, or something? Block number. Add as attacker. Okay, so when we block and then when we hit attack again, we're not getting rid of this block number. Now is that because we've already created more than one of them? Maybe. So we get all of these plus text. What's text equal to? Text equals to remove for.innerHTML. So the child nodes of this, and we want the fourth child node of it. Why? Yeah, I think this is... To be honest, I think this is in need of me on a brighter day. So... yeah. Although this shouldn't be too difficult. Come on. So if to remove equals document.getElementById card something .container.contain child nodes, then the fourth node in this array of the getElementById card int container, that is weird. I guess this is the block number. Okay. So then we get elements by class name, block number, and then this. And then we say for each of these, for this number dot length, we do that and then we remove it. Now I wonder if we actually, if this is actually the fourth child. Oh! I know why this is. That needs to change to that. Because we added the type. This is a really shite way of doing it. To not kind of try and confuddle my words together. And be very direct about it. It's an awful way of doing it, which is why I got so confused. Oh, okay, no, it's still not working. So... inspect. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually in the 6th index. Okay. So this should be 6. No, don't do that. Go away, please. Thank you. I think if this actually works, I might still want to change it. That still didn't work. Really? Oh, I wonder though. We just can't add an attack afterwards because of something. But the issue there then is the fact that we use this again somewhere else. So we look for the specific child of something. So find child node. Here. We should be using 6 again. Now, what's happening here? Cannot read property inner HTML of undefined to add attacker. Client socket handler line 205. What? Select stances. Cannot read property inner HTML of undefined at add as attacker. So I wonder then, what was this trying to do? It's when we try and attack, only with a minion that has blocked though. So if a minion has blocked there and then unblocked itself, when we try and add it as an attacker, we're hitting a bug. Now what is that? We can't read the inner HTML property of something. Okay. So find... I reckon it's that. Or it's something here. So... I wonder if it's because we don't remove it from the defenders down here. Did I refresh after I changed this line of code down here with the child nodes? Because if not, that might actually make a difference. I don't think I refreshed. I might be going crazy, but I'm fairly sure I didn't refresh. No, that's the one we want. Nope, we can't attack still. And it's still giving us that crappy error. Game.js 44. Oh, okay. Actually gives me the line right there now. 449. 449. I wonder if that's because we don't remove it as a defender then. Because that would imply that it's trying to get rid of it, which means it's still in the defender's array. So when we right click on something which is already set to be a blocker, oh, add as blocker, my bad. So if this int index, so if it's not equal to null, then we're saying here let toRemove be the child nodes of card container, and then we select the sixth thing, let decrement needed equal false. We then get rid of this block number here, which is fine. If defenders.length is bigger than text, so I think this should actually be text -1. Because if the length is 1 and this has number 1, so I think what we need to do is text -1. And then I just need to work out whether this all needs to be text -1 as well. Okay, sweet. Okay, then that means that this didn't work then. So if defenders.length is bigger than the text, so that in our HTML, so in our example here, defenders.length is equal to 1, and our text that in our HTML was 1, so that's 0. So 1 is bigger than 0, so then we say let difference equal defenders.length minus this text, so that would be 1 minus 1, which is 0, which is fine. We then say for each of this, so this would happen once, let the, or would it happen once? For let I equal 0, and if I is less than difference, should this, if we run a for loop 0 for 0, yeah, that wouldn't work, would it? So we should actually do difference +1, I believe. Let's just double check everything then. And then we say let block num equal parseInt. I think it's best to just test it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then I just need to look further. But there's no point in trying to get my head around everything just right now if I don't necessarily have to, which is lazy. Ah, I forgot to. No, it still didn't work. Oh, but actually this time, I've just realised what I actually did there. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I actually left-clicked as if I need to attack with it to cancel out the block. So actually this should be up here. So if the index is not equal to 0, then what we do is we do this. Then block number is equal to this. Excuse me. So block num.length is equal to the class name of block number with that index, and then we try and remove it. So this is block num in the index I, where I here is equal to 0. Is it actually block num 0 or is it block num? This is block number 2. I hate this stuff. Gallery property and HTML of undefined on game.js 571 now. So here, if the int index is not equal to null, what's the int index? That is whether it's in the defenders array. So if it's not equal to null, then that's like our first problem here, because it should be equal to... Oh, actually, no, it shouldn't. Yeah, it should. So actually, it's still up here that our main issue actually lies. So that is that we aren't doing this properly. So if I refresh this, just because I want to work out what the first block should be. Oh, I was like, what? It's broken. No, it's not. What's this got in it? Block number 1. So this should actually say... So this has got that number in it. And this should... Class is block number 1. So therefore we should do block num I dot remove, and then there we do I minus minus. Right. And then if defenders dot length is it's this thing again. Is bigger than text. It shouldn't be bigger than text. It should be bigger than text plus 1, I believe. Anything called love? What is it? 12. Okay. Okay. Oh, I need to get better at my own game. It still didn't work. In HTML of undefined again. So we're saying then, let difference. Oh yeah. That's because this should be difference plus 1, shouldn't it? Because if defenders.length is 1 and the text was 1, then this would therefore give us 0, and then this wouldn't run. So I don't know how this never errored before, unless it's just because this is the first time I'm actually trying to break things. Which seems to be the habit I've gotten into, which is good. I'm actually quite happy. Seriously? So let's just check the error here. 449. Cannot get the inner HTML, and that's because we haven't... Yeah, so we left clicked, that was fine, and then we left clicked it again, so we never actually removed it from the int index. Why is it I plus 1? I'm fairly sure that I should just be doing this. Because I reckon I got confused somewhere along the line. There we go. Yeah, sweet. Woo! We did it. Yes! Oh, at last. We've done it. Blocking a visual effect can stack. Done. And then there's this spell thing which is odd, to put it lightly. So when we were testing yesterday, the person I was testing with tried to play a spell and then tried to play a different spell, and it ended up using the first one in their hand. So let's try and work that one out. Oh, actually I need minions, don't I? In fact, I can just use my rune. So if we don't do that and instead we do that now, I mean, it worked. Did I write down which one it was? No. Like, I don't want to... I'm going to put this one on the back burner because I actually don't know whether or not this was precisely the case or whether it was just a misclick. So I'm going to just potentially say it was a misclick because I can't recreate it. So what's the word? Unproduced bug. I guess I'll put that up here. Unreproducible bug. There we go. And then we're going to move on to now the collection. So I'm quickly going to grab a coffee, but I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So don't go anywhere. Nope, that one. Yeah, back in just a second. Okay. Let's get back into things then. So I'm gonna try and get the collection back working. First off today. So we're gonna yeah, I am definitely going to have to go back downstairs and get some bread. However, this right here, oh baby, we're adding it back. The comeback is real. SoulSorcerers is definitely back in action. The card collection is here. It's broken. Boom! Yeah, about that. Yeah, I'm going to quickly get some bread and then we're going to get cracking on this because I'm super excited, alright? So yeah, I'll be back in just a moment. Helps if I actually like mute the stream and not just Discord. Alright, one panini breads and soup achieved. Now, let's focus on this. So, the biggest issue here is the fact that the collection was once made of images. Which was a lot easier. Obviously now it's not. I might go cheap. Considering this is only the testing environment, I think what I'm going to do is only show an image on the hover of a card name. That seems like what will probably be the best idea here. So we'll have a list of the deck down the left hand side and a list of the cards down the right hand side. Hand side? Hand side. So what is this called? So the filters container needs to go after the card container now. And that needs to go there. Actually, I think I'll put this last. So let's get... In fact, for now, I can actually get rid of most of these. The spells one, nope. So what we need to do I'm going to try and eat as quickly as possible whilst working here so that then I can just get straight into working properly. That is one interesting soup. Yeah, very interesting. And by interesting, yeah. I actually only need one of these open. Okay, so now what we can do... So card filter keeper can have a bit of a CSS upgrade. So maybe, yeah, this filters container. Oh, okay, it's not actually. -5 pixels, and then we can give it a margin bottom. Oh, this is just card filter though that we want this on. And then here I just want deck filter to have a slightly different thing. So actually you may even just be able to put this to +10, right? I think that's just +5. Nope. 7. That will do. So copy that. Deck filter just needs that. Okay. Now, actually, I just done all of that for no reason. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. This should probably be like 70% maybe? Yeah. So, card container. Here, a height of 70% and a width of 20%. Then the this one. Oh, and this also needs a display inline block. And then we need the deck container to also have a display inline block. So if I do display inline block, I don't want any overflow or that. So let's get rid of those. And then over here, card container, no overflow, no white space, and a display inline block. And I think we just need to change the width of it now. Sorry, of the deck container. So width should just be 20%. However, that's not worked. Why is that? Do I just need to float left on both of these? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, the deck container here should have a margin. Oh, it's already got a margin left. Here of perhaps we just give them position fixed. That might just be easier. So right is 20 pixels for the deck container. So position fixed. We then have a left of 20 pixels for this one. I forgot to change the width of this, didn't I? It looks like. Yep. So deck container needs a height of 70% and a width of 20%. Then what is wrong then? Oh, these two filters containers. So find filter container, position fixed. Whoop. I'm trying to work this out a second here. That's fine. So this filters container and deck filters container. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Now I think I actually need to bring this down a bit. Now this deck filters container, well, let's go with this one first. There we go. And then we just need to change this edit deck button. So if we just get rid of this, or in fact, if we just make this calc 50% minus 100 pixels, and then we just give it a margin top of 50%. There we go. So now what we can do is line up all cards in here, within here. Now I do want to figure out I think that's about right. Margin top -5 pixels. And then what we're going to do is we're going to eventually come to fill this with cards and how many of them there are in each deck. I just need to eat this soup as quickly as possible because it's not that nice. Yeah. I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah. I'm usually alright with soup, but that one has too much chickpeas and tomatoes in it. So, that was not nice. Okay. So let's get back on the road here then. So we're going to populate both of these. So let's go over here and let's find deck container. Here, so show deck. Here, new card, okay. So instead of doing this, what we're going to do... So this fills the deck container. So what we're going to do is we're going to say here, this is going to be a div, not dick. So set the ID to be deck card plus I. Oops. Now actually this may have to just have this same ID. So it's going to be a card and it's going to be a deck card, let's say. Okay. Now, no, actually what we're going to do is we'll just say for sorcery deck card. So sorcery deck card. This will have a width of 90% of its container. It'll have a height of about 20 pixels, and it will have a margin left auto, a margin right auto, text line left. Okay. Then we need to add the name of the card to this. So this deck to load so where do we call this? So this deck to load here. User decks, set deck array, deck sorcery, viewing. Now the thing is, we may not actually have a deck array for this user at the moment, so let's test it. What is our error here? Okay, this is a problem. We're still showing the cards when I told it not to. That's probably because it's a JS file change and I didn't reload the server. Nope, it's not. Find image. So filter cards is doing this as well. Oh right, okay, because we were trying to contain this one. Now what's the error? Failed to load a resource. Server responded with a status of 404. I reckon that's a PHP my admin error, because there's no decks for this user. So if I randomly add a deck here, three, keeper deck sorcery keeper, deck user ID is, I'll write 1 for now, and we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, copy, paste, go. Okay, now let's just check the accounts. So this is test, who is user 1, so therefore let's log in again. Okay, so this is a different error now, which is good. So what's the problem? It's because we're getting an image here. So what we want to do, instead of getting this image, now where does this all come from? Come on, cards cache. Cards cache? Anyone? Any takers? Yes. I'm not sure. Hey, Fire Vortex Dev, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well today. I don't think I'm doing this very well. I could remake this all. Oh, it's like... Let's keep going though. Let's see what I can do here. So show cards. So find show cards. That's called when we enter the collection. That says show all. How am I doing today? I'm doing pretty well, thank you. How are you doing? Doing pretty well. So we show cards. Then we minions, then we fill containers. So we show deck and we filter cards. Okay, so this card's cache. Where do we call this from again? Where do we call this from again? We say all. Are we not looking for the string all here? Oh, this is socket.emit. My bad. So... Right. So when we do this filter cards, what I want us to do... Where do we call this from? All of those. And down here as well. And the fill containers. Okay. So this filter goes to the cards cache filter. Okay, I think I know what I think I know what we're doing here. I'm working on a CCG. An online CCG powered by Node.js JavaScript. We're currently working on the collection, having just about finished off the first class of cards. We've been working on the project for a while, but only just coming back again to finally get around to doing things on it. So yeah. So actually this one on the left hand side isn't the deck one, so I need to remember that. I think I'm going to remove that. Actually, no, I won't remove that. So, instead of using this, what I want to do... Collection, and this is actually going to be the name. Okay, cool. So, what was that card thing called? We called it Sorcery Deck Card. So now if we just call this Sorcery Deck Card, we get rid of those, I suppose. And we just don't add a source for this. So this should actually just be a div. And then we're just going to do new card.set attribute. And we're going to set ID to this. No, we're not actually. I'm going to cut that. And then we're going to do new card.inner HTML is equal to this. Okay. So what do we get when we do that? Object. Oh, yeah. So what I need to do... If I do that, it might work. I think it would. Yeah, sweet. So at the moment this is showing then all of the card names. I want to do a little bit of a CSS mix up here though. So I think we'll actually put this card quantity into the sorcery deck card which we've just made. So I think what we'll do is we'll set an attribute here. So we'll say new cards.set attribute class to sorcery deck card plus I. Then what we'll do here is we'll append this In fact, what we should do is we should do this the other way around. And then we just append this to sorcery deck cards plus I. And then we find this. Oh, okay, that was already a class thing. It just needs to also have that. We're also going to give it a border of 1 pixel solid hash ECEFF1. Okay, interesting. I bet it says it can't append it. Yep, it can't. So you're saying you can't append to sorcery deck card plus I. It's because it's not got a Y in it. Sweet. There we go. So we just need to change the CSS of these. Get rid of the margin. Oh, in fact, could we... Boom! There we go. Float right. I kind of don't like this background thing for it. And then the color could just be this. We'll give it a little bit of margin bottom 5 pixels, let's say. Oh, no, that's not for this. Never mind. That's this. So margin bottom 5 pixels. Excellent. So if I copy this to sorcery deck card CSS. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sorry, I'm working on my own projects. Oh, okay, that's no bother. What are you working on, by the way? I imagine it's called Fire Vortex, or is that just the dev company name? But yeah, let me know. Always interested to hear what people are doing at the moment. So card quantity, we want user, and we're going to do this. Working on fan game of sorts. As in almost like a fan fiction game almost. Is that what you mean? Or I might just be being really old-fashioned here, but there used to be games where you could throw like a paper ball and it would use fans in order to try and blow the piece of paper away. A fan game of another game. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, ignore all of what I was just talking about. Yeah, that's kind of showing my age a little bit there. God, I remember those games. I used to play those on my lunch break. Like you had a piece of paper and you had fans blowing really hard, and you had to try and throw the ball in there, and it would you'd have to swing it off the screen sometimes. Oh, what a great game that was! But that's enough reminiscing for me. What's it a fan game of? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah, I personally don't think there's enough fan games. I don't think people are... That'd be mean if I said I don't think people are creative enough. But I don't think people are... I think people are too scared to make fan games quite a lot. Undertale. I would never sort of like... do or say anything like that. I've never actually played Undertale, but even if it was like, I don't know, like Dad Simulator or something, I would just be like, oh, that's cool. Because you know what? Making fan games is the best way to get into game development. So, yeah. I would never sort of mock someone for doing something unless it was in a joking manner. So, No, that sounds cool though. I've never played or seen Undertale, but it sounds interesting, man. Good luck with it. Yeah, I need to sort these buttons out, obviously, but these are looking much nicer now. I'm pretty happy with how these are turning out. Now, I believe that the inner HTML of these is not being set properly. It's an amazing game. I think it just said it was $9.99, so that was in dollars, which, yeah, sounds pretty interesting to me. Seems interesting. It's not... I don't think it would be my kind of game. I don't really play too many games anymore. I don't really play games. But, yeah, no, I'll keep an eye out on it. If it's on sale, I'll definitely go for it. So, yeah. I don't yeah, as I said, I don't particularly play many games anymore. I'm a bit too old. No, I don't know why. I just sometimes refer to myself as just this old man, and that's just because I feel like an old man sometimes. But yeah, no, I haven't played games. Well, I've played games, but I just don't play them often enough to merit buying them anymore. Okay, so now that we've done this, we need to work on how... Oh yeah, we also need to work on the spells. I realised this earlier is going to be really annoying. So... what I'm going to do then is I'm going to say spells, because I think that's what it is. Cards, cash, spells. And then I'm just going to do this and see what it comes up with. It may just error on me, but it'll bring me closer to the actual thing. That's an interesting thing to have done. Cannot read property name of undefined. Oh, okay, so I see kind of what this has done. It's just copied that. Oh, because I'm doing the wrong thing here. Okay, no, that's fine. So we just need to do copy, paste i.name. Yeah. And then what we need to do after that is do this plus I down here. So if we restart this here, cannot read property append child of null. Okay. So I think what I need to do is I need to do this math logic over here. So let total equal this. And we're going to pull a parseInt on it just in case. In fact, I'm going to be super careful here. Almost to the point of absurdity. And I actually probably don't even need to do that, but I'd rather be safe than sorry here. Still can't read property append child of null. So sorcery deck card. Ah, okay. So if I put this up here, we need to do total here. And then this should say total, I think. Boom! Okay. Now that we have got so much stuff it overfills the page, we need to split this down. So what we need to do is we need to say if so let's just put all of this inside the if statement. It's pretty easier. So if this card So cards cache in the index of spells, and that index I dot type is equal to filter. When I'm not an advertiser, just like the game. If that was meant as a joke, then yeah, no, that's yeah. But if you were serious, I seriously don't mind. So yeah, it would be quite funny having an advertiser in here, to be honest. When will my game be done? I'm not sure is my conservative answer. I would like it to be done by the middle of next year, as in I would like the first full release to be out in the middle of next year, with beta in, well, alpha in the early months of next year, beta in the later months of the year, and a full release coming out as well. But that's my hope, which probably isn't too realistic. But we'll see. I want to try and stay to that. Now, what we need to do here is we need to add sorcery to this, annoyingly. So this dot sorcery equals sorcery. But yeah, I'm currently working on what I'm describing as the testing environment. So it's basically pre-alpha, which is out. It's going to be available for people who back us on Patreon. So that's basically where I'm at with that's basically what it's like right now, though. Like, we've got something half public, but it's not public in the weirdest way. So yeah, it's out for Patreon backers, and that's it for now. "2014, not excited about college, but it could be fun. 2015, it's acceptable. 2016, it's dumb. 2017, my major sucks and it's too late to drop out." Is that how you felt? If so, what are you majoring in? I'm surprised people don't just go, "Wait, he's an English person, he knows what majors are." What? Yeah. It's a quote from John Chrome. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I was like... I don't get many references, I apologise. I'm not a watcher of things. I get too bored watching series or anything like that, which people don't seem to understand. But hey, I'm just that kind of guy. I can't watch stuff because I get bored. So these are all keeper. Is this a keeper card? Thorn, no. So this one then is Druid. Copy. Paste. And Jonachrome probably isn't a series now I've said something like that. It's probably like just where it's like a comic guy or something, and I've just made a fool of myself. But hey, I do that all the time anyway. Okay, so now that we've done that, what I can do is say if its sorcery is equal to a filter, then we can do that. Sweet. There we go. All of our cards are right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, I wanted to... I think I actually tried to set the padding of these. So, sorcery deck. Sorcery deck. Yeah, we wanted like a padding of 2 pixels, I believe, for this. And we also wanted this guy to have an overflow Y of scrollable question mark card container. Yeah, I think overflow Y scroll. I think those were only CSS changes, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Yep. Alright, sweetie, sweet. Okay, so we've got this now set up like this. What we need to do is we need to get the deck properly. So for some reason at the moment the deck isn't loading. How many here? In fact I can just inspect. 20 cards. So it somehow knows that I've got 20 cards in my deck. What it hasn't done is put anything in there. So let's work out why that is. So load deck, create a div. Okay, so we've not actually added anything to it. So what we're going to do now then... Ooh, okay. So yeah, I actually need to store this and read it a little bit differently than I was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say... What if I'd done... this is... Words and Thinky McThinkses. What I need to do here is I'm going to say... So we're making one of these. Now it's not sorcery plus card I anymore that I really want to do here. Well, no, that's fine. No, this is actually really complicated, isn't it? So we've got this array of numbers. We need to find duplicates. Unless we just display it like we don't display that quantity bit, we just show the doubles, which could work. So that's fine. Just imagine we're doing that. So then what I need to do is get the value that we're passed through here. So for each of these deck to load things, what we need to do is create a div. Then this makes it keeper card I. Now what I actually want to do here is we're going to do what is this cards thing? Cards cache in the filter. Okay. So this would say cards cache keeper, and then what we're gonna do, except this isn't filter, this is sorcery, and then we're gonna get the card which is in the position deck to load I dot name. So many arrays. So this is just gonna be new card dot inner HTML equals that, I think. If I've got that right first time, then I'm just gonna, yeah, high five myself or something. it actually almost works. Holy crap. Cannot read name of undefined. So it almost worked. So deck to load I in the sorcery. So what's your problem here? So deck to load I. So it couldn't load 2. Or let me just do a console.log of this. I reckon this might be a comma. One space 2. There we go, that's why. So let's find comma. Comma? Yeah, no. How do I do this then? So cache, cards, cache. Equals cards 0. Load deck. This equals decked. Oh, right. Okay, it's just the way that I'm actually storing. Well, the way that I've actually made this data set out. That's why. It's because I shouldn't have any spaces. There we go. So, because I was storing that with spaces, it didn't work. There we go. Woo! That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, the only thing that I need to work out here right, I want to be able to right, so what I'm going to say is I'm going to say if deck to load in the position I, well, in fact it's actually just this, no it's not, dot includes the string u, then this is going to be the else statement here. Okie dokie. Else what we're going to do is we're going to do copy paste. Now what we need to do is we need to say for let j equals 0, j is less than cards cache spells dot length j plus plus. Then what we do is we do cards if cards cache spells in the position j dot sorcery is equal to sorcery. Then we do, so let's set it up here, so let util array equal blank array. We do util array dot push this. Then what we do here is we instead load up util array that. Then what we can do is I can test this out by using the PHP server. So if I just put U1, U2, U3, U4, U5, U6, U7, U8, U9, U10, Then if we test this out over here, damn it, just as I was really happy. Cannot read property name of undefined. Okay, so it's just this here. Okay, so we're doing util array.push cards cache spells j. Let's test, I guess. Oh, right. What I need to do... Yeah, I need to get rid of this U something. Unless I just do string U plus J. That might just work. Not quite. So let's do console.log added and just test this. Then we'll do a console.log of util array. So added 16 times, then we've just got a list of undefined, so that is that the util array here is the issue. So we're trying to add... Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, this is the issue here. What we should be trying to do is... Okay, what we can do here... Alright, thank you very much for the follow though, Fire Vortex. That should have come up by now. I'll catch you later. Thank you very much for the follow and thank you very much for popping in today. It's much appreciated. And I hope to see you again soon. Yeah, it hasn't come through yet on Streamlabs. Is it just broken today? I don't know. Thank you for watching though. Much appreciated. Oh, you followed me before. Oh, okay. Ah, I thought hadn't already. A long time ago. Yeah, probably. It has been a while. Alright, thank you very much. So I reckon this will actually make this work. Alt collection... .js279. Oh, this should say card. Just now checked my follow. Oh, right, okay. Awesome. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Enjoy. Yeah, we did it. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. So what happens if I click this now? They don't do anything. Okay, that's fine though. So, save deck. Oh, that doesn't like that. Okay, so collection.js272. It says that this is not a function. Probably because I tried to save it badly. But that's fine. Let's just reload here. Test. Oh, okay, it just broke everything. Whoops. Yeah, okay. That's quite good though, it almost worked. Almost worked. So what I'm going to do now is when I hit edit deck, this is alright. So when I click on these, so when we edit, deck, edit. Okay, so edit mode. If edit mode is true, edit mode is false. Else, what we do, set deck array, update quantities. Now, did that actually happen? No, we didn't do update quantities correctly. So let's find this. Update quantities equals cards cache viewing, and okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to set this up a different way. Yeah, I think this is actually really annoying the way I've got to do this all. It's super putting me off doing it. It's just horrible, like, all of what I have to do with it all. Because of the way that we're doing the spells, that's what's making this a bit awkward. I'm going to probably either come back to this tomorrow or work on it off stream. It's just going to really put me off if I try and do it on stream. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow, probably. Alright, catch you then. Goodbye for now.